Hello, this is Serge from Skycomp, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of our server room where we do much of the hosting we do for our clients, and it's one of the things that we feel makes us different than our competition. So here we are in our server room. Right here is where we host many servers for our clients and our internal servers. It's where we host your data, where we back up data to, where your website is likely hosted with us. We spend quite a lot of time setting this room up and making it just right. What it lets us do is have a lot of flexibility. It lets us create the right solution for our clients and not have to rely on a third party. It also lets us respond to our clients in a much faster way than having to rely again on a third party or another data center or company. We get to build the solutions, we get to make it work right, and we're able to guarantee to you where your data is and who has access to it. Again, it's one of the things that we feel makes Skycomp different than our competition. So you might find right now my audio is pretty noisy and you hear a lot of background noise. That's because we have air conditioners running 24/7. All of our servers have fans on them to keep that airflow going. One of the small things we do, all these servers are set in the same direction. So the side that I'm standing on right now is called the cold aisle. This is where we're taking in the cold air, and all the servers are sucking that air through and dumping the hot air out the back. If we went around behind the racks, it'd be a lot warmer because that's where all the hot air is dumping. So all the airflow moves from this side to the back of the room. But that's why it's so noisy in here, because of all those fans and air conditioners keeping this server room running and cool. So one of the other neat things we have is multiple fiber connections from multiple tier 1 providers. That fiber comes into our building and our server room from different paths to provide redundancy. It terminates on our equipment here in our telecommunications rack. That lets us control everything and keep everything safe. As well, our server room's provided power by 2 separate generators. One's a diesel generator and one's a natural gas. So pretty much any electrical event that might happen to our building, we're protected by, and we'll stay running with power to keep your data up and going. In this equipment, if you're an ISP client of ours, you get terminated here as well. So when you go to the internet, your traffic flows through this telco rack and then out to the internet. So it's really neat that we have all this combined in one location. One of the really nice advantages for backup is if you're an ISP client of ours and we do your backup as a managed service client, your data is never touching the public internet before it arrives at our servers. Your internet connection is connected directly to us in this room, and then we move that data onto a backup server, again, in this room. So we're keeping great control of your data and where it's moving on the internet. We would consider this, if you're hosting your data here, a private cloud. We control that cloud. It's a small company. We're based here with you in the Niagara region. We're not using Microsoft Azure or Amazon Web Services where it's hosted in some other data center. Sometimes those features are useful, and we have clients that host data in those platforms as well. The important thing is deciding what your workload is and where best should we be putting that data to meet your business needs. The advantage we have at Skycomp is we can choose the public cloud if that makes sense for your business, or we can choose putting equipment in our server room if that makes sense for your business. So having that option, we feel, is an important differentiator for you choosing to work with Skycomp. One of the reasons you might choose hosting your data in a small server room like ours is for cybersecurity. So there's times where you have data that you just have to keep absolutely private. Putting your server and your data in a small server room like this and putting a firewall in front of it really reduces its exposure to the internet. If done properly, it can increase security. There's bad actors out there that know about Amazon Web Services, know about Microsoft Azure, and they've become targets. Microsoft Office 365 has become a target. They do very well in security and certainly have bigger teams than we do at Skycomp, but they have many bad actors specifically trying to compromise and hack into their networks and steal data. Where here, we can carve out a small space for you on a little corner of the internet right here in our data center, and that can help improve your security.